Welcome to Botches Off-Road. So we have a cool little episode for you today. We're going to talk a little bit about some budget meals, and we got some voicemails set. So we'll talk about the budget meals for camping and overlanding here in a little bit, and we're going to start out with the voicemails. Alex, you want to take it away?
Yeah, so first up, we have Mitchell. So I'll play Mitchell's voicemail. There's a lot of words here for the minute and a half he talked.
Hey guys, this is Mitchell.
We got to turn the volume up.
Hey guys, this is Mitchell. Gavin knows me better than Mark and Alex, but I'm Mitchell down at Leatherwood and I'd like to get out with you guys. Just a few comments on diesel heaters from the episode I'm listening to right now, the DJ7 one. So I use the 8-calorie diesel heater that I put in the Harbor Freight box with the Rotopacks, fuel tank on the back, and then I routed it all together and put it in one unit. So I put that out of the truck and use that for my heating. I just recently got the Vevor 2-kilowatt heater and permanently installed that in the back of my truck. For anybody that doesn't know, I've got a Tacoma with an alu cab on it that I use for all my camping needs. I did want to ask a question about when you're traveling out of state, how do you decide where to go? I know you guys have discussed making bigger trips a thing, and I just want to know your input. What you find most interesting? Do you look for national parks? Do you look for wheeling? I know typically I'm a national park type traveler, so I go to those destinations and camp on BLM land. I'm just curious on your guys' input on what you like to do. So, thanks for doing the show. I like to listen to it. Keeps my days at work a little bit more interesting. You guys have a good one.
Yeah. Nice. Thanks, Mitch.
All right.
That's
We'll try to do this in order here.
Yeah. Well, and I just want to say,
first,
I just wanted to say, Mitch, if some of you guys are listening, we did a podcast with our winter camp updates from the most recent winter camp, and Mitch was the guy that I went camping with up there in northern Michigan. So that everything that he was kind of talking about, that's the same guy. So really good guy. If you haven't seen the pictures yet, guys, he installed on the bottom right of his alu cab the diesel heater and has it fully plumbed in now. So he doesn't have to take it out or anything.
Sick.
Yeah, he just has to turn it
on. So I was telling Mark, because we're kind of scheming something for his truck right now.
Yep.
And when we do it, that's what we're doing. Diesel heater will be permanent, no removable.
Yep.
Same thing, I don't know, probably the black truck too. We'll end up doing that. There's a lot of good spots to tuck a diesel heater on a 3rd gen, so it'd be really easy on the black truck.
Yeah, I mean, is Alan gonna camp in the 3rd gen?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, that would make the most sense. We haven't confirmed, fully talked it out yet, but it's very likely it's going to be his camping rig for a good bit.
We did test him laying down in it, and he can lay, if he lays down in the back, he can lay down flat with his feet against the back tailgate and his head against the seat. Wow. That's with the seat pushed back, too. So if we push the seat forward, there'd be even more room.
Wow. Yeah, that's good.
So
that'd be perfect. So
I got some ideas for doing that, but installing it permanent, fucking solid, dude. Yeah. That makes life so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
I've installed one in a van that my friend used to live in. So I've had some experience doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
See, what was his next part?
His next part was talking about what we look for when we go out of state traveling. So personally, I'm kind of like Mitch in the fact that I'm not looking for terrain and stuff, like hard terrain to go to. I'm looking for beautiful scenery, BLM, National Park land. I don't mind if it's there. That's not the basis of my trip. So that's what I look for. So I kind of look around for places like that are closer in proximity right now, like the Ozarks, right? Those are kind of close for us. Where's
10
that?
hours.
Yeah. well, 10 hours southwest-ish versus if we were to try to go to like Colorado, we'd have to go either down and around, up and around, or through the ferry. That's just, you're looking at probably 20 hours-ish, give or take, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so
it's not much farther to go to like Benji's shop than it is to go to Keweenaw.
Right.
It's like an extra hour.
Yeah. So there's a couple of places that are like in Tennessee, Kentucky, that I've been looking at. And honestly, I go to like, I do a lot of like social media. So I look through social media posts and people will like put on like, hey, this is so-and-so national park and this is so-and-so national park. I look at it a little bit, scout it out online. Google Photos actually is really cool because a lot of users can go into and upload photos, so you can get a whole different bunch of pictures, views out of that. And then if I try to do an out-of-state one, that's kind of what I look for.
Me and Mark are kind of the opposite. We try to find obstacles, and then we go somewhere based on what they have. So, like, when we went to Leatherwood, that's because they had a lot of decent off-roading.
Yeah.
Kind of be the same thing when we go out to the Ozarks, but we just go down to Benji's. We don't go to the Ozarks yet. We'll get there. We just need more time off work.
Yeah.
And then when we get out to Moab, it's the same thing. We're looking for obstacles, not so much we want to see pretty shit, don't get me wrong, but I want to see pretty shit that it's hard for someone to get to.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want it to be like straight dirt roads the whole time, but like, I don't want the main focus to be like rock crawling. That's the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
Exactly.
Ugh.
So, like, that's not my main focus. Is I don't want to sit there and do, like, 5 hours of rock crawling a day. I want to cover a lot of land, drive far distances off, a main road somewhere that isn't highly traveled, 2 tracks. And if it's rough, it's rough. I don't care. I just want the main part of it to be the travel, to put the miles in to get somewhere that other people usually don't go. I think Alex and Mark just like to have the bigger obstacles to get to some of those spots. So, like, in my form of travel, I couldn't do some of the stuff that they would be doing, but I feel like I could cover a lot more ground. It doesn't necessarily mean one's better than the other, though. I mean that we're both going to see things that the other might not see in that same time span, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
All right. So now we've got one from an unknown caller. It's 9 seconds long. And I don't even see a name in the, transcript, so... But I do see what it's about in the transcript, and it kind of goes with today's episode. Ready?
Yep.
I'm not.
I just wanted to say trash can turkey's the best.
Damn it, Joe. I know who this is because he laughed at it and he was messaging me about it. He goes, it was funny that you guys were trying to figure out who this was. And I was like, damn it. So I think that's Joe Karen. So,
that one didn't sound like Joe Karen. The last one did.
No, I think that's him because he did mention something about that to me later. Very recently, either today or yesterday, because I was asking him about meal ideas, which kind of brings us into our next topic. So one of the things that might hold some families back is the cost of overland camping. Just getting to the destinations, the budget that you have to get there, and just to camp and stuff, just all encompassing. But how do you do it on a budget, still have diverse and delicious meals, but make it cheap? That's one of the things that I kind of proposed earlier this morning that we were talking about. It's a way to cut back on spending, put more towards gas or to be able to get out there, and you're not kind of spending a shit ton of money on food, but how do we keep it somewhat diverse? And I have a family that doesn't like to eat a bunch of the same thing, so I put a question out to a couple of people and asked them hey, for a weekend of camping, can you make a menu for $50 or less With the larger and bigger families, it gets a little harder. So, that's kind of what I was looking for. And we got a few responses, and I guess I'll start with Alex because I think he's got, I think, a couple different ones. One that's pretty simple.
Bunch.
So we'll start with you. Give some of your ideas.
So, number one, chili is very cheap, and it can feed you for all 3 meals the entire weekend. You just got to keep it warm. So that's number one. Make a chili, bring it with you. It's pretty good.
So you're saying breakfast, lunch, and dinner for all weekend, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, take Imodium.
Dude,
that's
you don't
nuts.
have to make... Okay, you don't have to make chili that makes you have to shit.
I think
usually
that's just
what makes
a
you
trait of chili, though.
Usually what makes you have to shit in chili is the grease. So if you use a less fatty meat, something like venison, it's going to cut back on it. The spice does, so try and keep it not a spicy chili, but more of a mild chili. And use less... I can't think of the name of the brown powder I put in mine, but use less
Cumin?
of that. It'll make you have to poop less. Yes, thank you. Use less cumin. It'll make you have to poop less.
Yeah.
So you can make a chili that does not make you have to poop.
And I just want to I'm sorry, your whole family is cool with eating that all weekend? That's it?
Well, the kid would need PB&J, but that's
Okay.
easy to fit in that budget.
Right, yeah. I just wanted to because he told me this earlier and I'm like, that must be really nice. Because I'm simple
Dude.
too. I could eat leftovers multiple days, but my son doesn't eat typical dinners that we eat. My wife doesn't like eating something more than one day or meal. So it's kind of have to appease the crowd.
If it makes it so we can afford a trip, my wife does not care. As long as she gets food.
Yeah, I think part of it for my wife is part of the experience of the trip. So,
Right.
she likes camping, she likes the travel and stuff, but she really likes the food, too. And if we can't afford to eat out at fancy, food trucks or something while we're out there at restaurants, she wants to at least have some decent food at camp. So, if it was, a really long trip, and for, 3 days we just had to eat dehydrated meals, she'll eat dehydrated meals the whole trip. If they're different, as long as they're different.
Yeah. So... that kind of goes into my next one. Now, my next one, this one's really smart. You get 12 different meals for $50. So if you go on Marketplace, look up military MRE Case B. Has to be Case B because Case A and Case C are both more expensive. But Case B comes with cheese tortellini, Mexican rice and bean bowl, Mexican-style chicken stew, chicken burrito bowl, pork sausage patty, beef ravioli, jalapeno pepper jack beef patty, Italian sausage with peppers and onions, lemon pepper tuna, beef goulash, pepperoni pizza slice, and Southwest style beef and black beans. They're okay. You're going to be able to eat a different meal every day. There's more than enough calories in every meal at that point. You could honestly eat one of them a day and be fine calorie-wise.
Right.
Because there's 1,500 calories per one, dude. It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea for... So, I've used dehydrated meals, not MREs, but dehydrated meals as replacements or lazy day meals and stuff like that. So, I mean, and honestly, they're not bad. As I like to say, they make a turd. Alex's screen is
Do you
going
see my
crazy.
camera?
Yes, we do.
Come on, stay with us, man. So, yeah, I mean, the MRE thing is an interesting idea to do. We'll move into mine here, and let me scroll. Oh, well, let me go into Derek. Derek Vspro from Facebook. He commented on it, and this is probably more of a joke because he's got a big family. I know he's not serious about this, but he said $20 in hot dogs, $20 in Busch lattes, and 10 left over for condiments and buns. So everybody knows Derek likes his wieners. So, yeah, I mean, everybody knows that. And hot dogs are honestly a great camp meal, so you can't really count them out. yeah, I mean, he's not serious, but to be fair, he only just got a grill like this last season. So I don't know how he was cooking before. I think he was just using other people's fires and grills and stuff.
He would just eat everyone else's food.
Yeah, man. It's easy.
It wasn't even... Yeah, I'm still here. My camera just died. So I don't know if my camera just broke or what, but...
That's okay. Gives me something to not look at.
Fine.
So mine, and I usually do the planning for our food. And this is a meal set that is a typical meal set for us because we try to keep things kind of budgeted unless we have extra money to spend. If we do, then we'll kind of go closer to the $75 to $100 range. But for a weekend, we try to keep it at $50. So Friday night, pesto ravioli. You get the refrigerated raviolis and a jar of pesto, and it's super fast, super easy to make. Boil the ravioli for a couple minutes, throw the pesto in there, throw a little shredded cheese if you want, you're good. Saturday morning, egg, ham, breakfast burritos. So, I mean, that's pretty easy. Let's see. Saturday lunch, ham sandwiches. So the ham for the breakfast burritos is sandwich meat ham or sliced, thicker sliced ham that you can use for sandwiches too.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, so a lot of the times what I try to do is keep a lot of ingredients that kind of like cross-reference over into another meal, which is for another one. I'll have ham sandwiches with the lettuce and tomatoes. Saturday dinner, we'll do red beans and rice with andouille sausage. And then breakfast, we'll do like eggs and Spam. But with the breakfast burritos, Saturday morning, the egg ham breakfast burritos, I can use lettuce and tomatoes on that too, along with shredded cheese, which also goes into the rice and beans, which also goes into the pesto ravioli. So it like everything cross-references a little bit, keeps your, you can use pretty much everything with everything. So yeah, so that is mine. My wife even came up with one, which is surprising. And she said 2 steaks, mashed potatoes with mac and cheese, hot dogs, buns for the toddler, Dr. Pepper, juice, tortillas for steak breakfast tacos, and some shredded cheese and hot sauce for topping. And Sunday we wouldn't really have a breakfast, which we typically don't that morning. We're packing up and leaving, so she had a point there. But yeah, so
most of the time too. We might do coffee, and that's about it.
Yeah, like I'll have a Pop-Tart or something if that's in the budget or something like that. But yeah, 2 steaks. We usually get little bigger steaks, so we only eat half of those. The mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, we usually have with that, so you don't have to have a lot of the steak. As much as I would love it, we would save it. Hot dogs and buns for lunch. Then we do steak breakfast tacos, some shredded cheese. That's another one of those that kind of cross-references a little bit. We had one entry, and he kind of took the Alex's side on this too, which he's single, which that makes a little bit more sense. But he said sweet potatoes and chicken for the whole weekend, which is a healthy meal, and honestly, sweet potatoes and chicken's a great pair.
Dude, and if you do it right, you just wrap the sweet potato in tinfoil and set it in the coals of a fire.
Yeah.
Let it cook for a few hours. Maybe cut a wedge in it, put a little bit of butter, a little bit of honey, and just let it cook there in them coals. Oh my god, dude,
sweet potatoes are pretty good.
Prime campsite cooking right there.
I used to hate sweet potatoes actually because I just didn't like that sweet potato taste. But I've come around to them quite a bit. I started buying them a lot lately. They're healthier for you than
They're so good.
Yeah, and they're good. So I like throw them in the oven, throw some butter into them, and we'll just eat them like that. But yeah, they make good. They're a good flavor enhancer to like a chicken.
And they cook in. You could actually do that whole thing. Cut the chicken up, cut the sweet potato up, maybe add like half a stick of butter, which sounds high. Depends on how big of a meal you're making.
Yeah.
But add a bunch of butter, sprinkle in a little bit of seasoning, just put that in the coals. We call that a hobo packet.
Yeah.
And out comes an amazing, perfectly cooked meal if you let it cook long enough, which I never do.
Yeah. Chicken you want to make sure, but for me too, I mean, if I know I'm going to have something that's going to take a lot of prep time, let's say potatoes, or I'm going to have a lot of chicken that weekend. Like one weekend we did a full pack of chicken from Meijer, and I took Saturday morning and just cooked the whole pack of chicken. I made some just straight chicken breast. I did some cut up for chicken tacos, and then I did some for chicken Alfredo. So we had the whole weekend with just one protein, and that was fine. So
yeah, I especially going into this season, I plan on prepping most of the food at home before we even leave.
Yeah,
so that all I have to do is throw it on the stove and cook it. Won't have to do anything else.
Yeah, things like sweet potatoes and stuff, you could have that cut and cubed, thrown in a Ziploc bag. Already washed, already done. Or you could have your vegetables already pre-chopped and cut.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff that you could do to make it a little smoother on you. I like kind of the whole process of doing it all outside, so I don't do it a whole lot, but...
When I was a kid, my dad would make all of our meals in hobo packets before we left for camping, and then when he put them all in a cooler, and then when we were camping, he'd just throw hobo packets on the fire, let them cook, and that was it. There was no prep. It was just grab and go.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool too. We have we have one from Zach. He kind of did a full thing too. He says he just got a flat top section on my grill. Now I have the ability to make our family all sorts of different meals for our camping this year. He said Friday night we'd try to do smash burgers, super easy, 1 pound of meat in an iron and a press, buns and condiments, cheese, chips, keep it simple. We just got to camp. S'mores would be the end of the night. Saturday morning, pancakes are super easy. Batter, water, mix, pour, flip. Butter and syrup are easy to keep. Fresh fruit to serve with it. Saturday lunch, my family loves just a cold sandwich, PB&J for the kids on white bread, chips, yogurt, banana maybe for us. Turkey and cheese, a little mustard and mayo, and some chips, and I'm good to go. Saturday dinner, ground some more burger. I don't think he meant like hand ground it, but I think he means just use some more ground beef. Mix it in taco seasoning. Hard shells tend to keep wells. Soft shells could be warmed up on the flat top. Cheese, toppings, chips, and salsa. And did somebody say s'mores again? Which s'mores are a great dessert. Doesn't really matter. Sunday morning, eggs on the flat top, what are left over for the fruit. Usually this is when we just eat whatever with it that's left over snack-wise. And 90% of the time we're packing up after breakfast. Pretty much when shopping smart, I can get everything well under $50 for the most of... and the most expensive thing is burger. Yeah. I mean, everything that he said is kind of... I think other than smash burgers, I don't really do that much. Like, pancakes are super easy. And a lot of the times, like, you have pancake mix at home, and you don't go through all of your pancake mix. Like, I have a big-ass box. I'll throw half a box in a Ziploc bag, throw it in a drawer, and then I'll take that pancake mix and mix it up with some water. So there's a lot of ways you could do this that you don't really spend any money at the time of camping. Like, you can use at-home things. Cook some rice at home, store it, take it out with you.
Rice I wouldn't store.
Rice
grows all sorts of bacteria when you store it in the fridge.
I cook rice, and people make egg fried rice all the time for the next day. So I think it's just one of those things like, yeah, I'm not keeping it for 3 days, but for my first dinner, I'll have the most perishable foods first, which is typically what I do.
It's a very good way to do things.
Yeah. So, and then I had one more from Jake. I think his last name's Klowski. I don't remember, but...
we also have one from Shane in our group chat.
Yeah, you're right. So he said if I had 50 for my family of 5, which so that's where it kind of gets more tricky, but he goes, I would do tacos and breakfast burritos, hobo pizzas, hobo pies, and lunch meat, cheese, and crackers for lunches. That's 2 dinners, 2 breakfasts, and 2 lunches. I would use eggs and bread for toast on day 2. So that is super cheap. And this is where it kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier about like cross-referencing different ingredients for different meals. You know, you could do all of your ground beef, 2 pounds or so of it, do tacos in the morning, use the leftovers for breakfast burritos in the morning.
Yep.
You could put them, and then you have hobo pizzas and hobo pies. You already have the bread, and for the toast and stuff, meat and cheese already. So that stuff crosses over pretty easily. So yeah,
Does anyone bring a hobo pie maker with them on these trips?
I
haven't in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't either. I have them on the top of my fridge, and we used them when I first started out. And they were pretty good, but I just kept losing them. And they were kind of big to like store, so I think now all I have is like hot dog sticks, and I don't even take those out. I'll still find a stick around camp and use it before I go back and find it. So yeah, I mean, other than that, yeah, that's a really good one too. Hobo pies are great anyway. And this is not like hobo lunches like what Alex was saying, like wrap it in the tinfoil and throw it in the fire. It's like a cast iron square that you put bread in, some tomato sauce, cheese, and pepperonis, put another piece of bread with butter on it, throw it in the fire, and it makes like a pizza pocket, basically.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen a hobo pizza pie maker, then you're missing out. Those have been staples for like camp food when I was a kid. We ate those all the time, dude.
Dude, and I was looking to see if there's like collapsible ones out there, and there just aren't.
No.
I would love to have one that we bring with us. They just take up so much space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you kind of have to pick and choose, and really, like, if I wanted to make something kind of like a hobo pizza, I could, like, throw it on a pan, like, make a grilled cheese style, but, like, you don't get the whole experience, but, yeah. So we got Shane, too. He's our last one, officially. He said, dinner, 2 boxes of Velveeta Philly cheesesteak, 1 pound of ground turkey / beef, Jack Daniel's steak seasoning, fresh green peppers. That's $15 to $20. He said, breakfast the next day, eggs, pre-baked biscuits, sausage and gravy. Fuck yes. And then lunch, sandwiches with leftover bacon. Second day dinner, burgers, fried eggs, and any remaining eggs. Oh, from any remaining eggs. So yeah. Yeah, that's a good one too. I mean, you already have the burger for the cheesesteak. So burgers, fried eggs, that only makes sense. Another really good one. Honestly, I might try his 2 boxes of Velveeta Philly cheesesteak. That sounds really good.
It is a really good recipe.
So he for 3rd Gen weekend, it is after this last one we did a potluck day.
Yep.
And that is now like he is mandated to make that every freaking time.
Yeah, that's good. I think the pre-baked biscuits and bacon sausage, if I could find pre-baked biscuits, or I guess I could just pre-bake them. I didn't really think of that. Duh. That's probably what he means. But yeah, biscuits and gravy. Oh, that's so good. I've talked about it before, but the Dehydrated Meals Peak biscuits and gravy, I don't know why, but I absolutely love it. Like, I love that meal like an actual meal. Like, as far as dehydrated meals go, that's a 9 out of 10 for me, but...
You know whose biscuits and gravy is hot fucking garbage and no one should ever eat it?
Mountain House?
The Armies.
Oh
my god, dude. So, it tastes metallic. It's that bad.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
I still eat it, though.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, food is food. And, like, obviously we all use what we can for budget, but the whole idea of this, I guess, prompt was to see what everybody could think of. Alex, it would be kind of interesting if you told AI to give you a camp menu for less than $50. That would be an interesting thing to see what AI would come up with. So he's typing that out.
See what our good friend over at ChatGPT has to say.
Yeah, I'm just curious what they would say. What do you think, Mark?
Well, I was going to say, I didn't really have much for this topic because, one, it was very short term for me to even think about budget-wise.
Yeah.
But a good thing that we've been doing, and it's became a staple for us for camping, is we do walking taco for a night.
Yeah.
And usually we buy like a big box of random assorted chips. So
yeah,
you got it for that night, and then you just got chips for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, walking tacos are good too because you could do a lot with the ground beef, right? So you get 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound for walking tacos, and that might be a little too much for just a couple people, but you do the 1 pound for walking tacos, then the next day you could do, sandwiches. Then for dinner you could have burgers with the ground beef and then have chips on the side. So there are definitely ways to get around it. I think with the bigger families, obviously, it's a little harder, but I think it's just a cool way for everybody to kind of get other ideas for foods that they're making. I think, we kind of fell into the slump towards the end of the summer that we were making the same things over and over and over, and you'd only have so many hot dogs and, jambalaya. I make a lot of jambalaya because it's really easy.
I gotta hand it to ChatGPT. This is a banging menu.
All right.
Day 1, breakfast, oatmeal, bananas, and coffee.
Okay.
Lunch, PB&J sandwiches and chips. Dinner, hot dogs and baked beans.
Uh-huh.
Day 2, breakfast, egg and tortilla breakfast tacos. Lunch, tuna packets and crackers. Dinner, sausage and potato, onion and foil packs. Hobo packets.
Yeah.
Day 3, breakfast, pancakes and syrup. Lunch, ramen with egg mixed in. Dinner, rice and canned chili plus cheese. Day 4, oatmeal and leftover pancakes. Lunch, grilled cheese. Dinner, mac and cheese with sliced hot dogs or tuna.
Huh.
What's really cool is it actually gave me a grocery list and then gave me a realistic price breakdown, which comes out to $48 to $50 based on Walmart or Aldi budget brands.
Yeah.
And then also gave me cheap camping hacks like rice and bean / chili stretches any meal. They also said that snacks would be trail mix or peanuts and granola bars. But rice, beans, and chili stretch any meal. Slice sausage thin to make it last longer.
Yep.
Add eggs to ramen for protein. Make extra dinner so that the next day you can use it for lunch. Bring spices / hot sauce from home.
Yeah,
dude,
that's solid. That's a solid, and that's funny because I don't really think of oatmeal that much. I used to have it a ton as a kid. But oatmeal is a really, really good, cheap way to have a good breakfast a balanced breakfast. Oatmeal and some sliced bananas or some berries. Yeah, that's a solid choice. So yeah,
just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna ask it to stretch that to 6 days.
Yeah, because that was more meals really than what we'd even need. I think it did 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, we did 4 days.
Yeah.
I asked it to do 4 days. And it goes, yes, but we've got to be realistic about one thing. $50 divided by 3 people divided by 6 days equals $2.75 per person per day.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I mean, how close does it get me? Still 48 to 50 with 6 days. Still oatmeal, banana, PB&J. It cut out coffee. Interesting enough.
Yeah.
Rice and beans, pasta and canned chili on day 2 for dinner. Ramen, egg, and veggies for day 3. I'm looking mostly at dinners here because breakfast is the same thing.
Yeah.
Potato and sausage hash for day 4. Again, rice, beans, and cheese burritos for day 5,
yeah.
And then mac and cheese and hot dogs for day 6.
Yeah.
They did that could stretch for 6 days for 3 people under $50. I mean, it's not easy.
No.
But
no, and those are valid menu items that I can genuinely see under $50 too. Everything that they said. So, yeah, that's a really good way too. I'm kind of glad we looked that up. Yeah, grilled cheese, that's a super cheap one. You already have the cheese and bread for sandwiches. You already have the butter for, anything else. That's super versatile. So, and even the ramen, if you have, let's say if you were to do ramen one night, you could do an egg. You could slice up some ham from sandwich meat.
Yep.
Throw that into there. If you have any veggies, you could throw some veggies into that too. Make it kind of a bougie, cheap ramen. So
yeah,
there's ways to spice up super cheap meals to make them better.
I keep ramen in my truck at all times.
Yeah.
Because I also keep MREs and dehydrated meals, but even if let's say I broke down on the side of the road and I don't have service for 2 days or something stupid. Like, ramen's something I could just eat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to cook it. I can eat it dry.
Yep.
And it's filling. I'm not saying it's good, but it's filling enough that I don't hurt.
God, I remember in middle school, there was a trend going around where everyone was throwing ramen in Ziploc bags, throwing the seasoning in there, breaking it up and eating it as ramen chips, dry.
I also remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, that's a pretty good bet too, especially as like a survival meal. And if you have like a hole put in your car or something like that and a bunch of super glue, you could throw the ramen in the hole, super glue it over, and you have like homemade Bondo too. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. Ramen.
If there's a pothole that's too big in the road, you just fill it with a bunch of ramen. And
yep. If you get stuck on the ice and you're sliding, crunch up the ramen a bunch, throw it under your tires. Dude, you're out.
Everyone just keep like a pack of 6 ramen. They're like $3. Just keep it in your truck.
Fire starter, ramen.
Fuck, dude. Ramen is that is the greatest gift God ever gave us.
If you run out of seasoning, ramen.
Crunch up the ramen. Yep. Boom. Ramen is the most versatile food item in the kitchen.
Yeah, you have seasoning packets there. You need reflective stuff so that you can try to get people to stop. You could just run fish line and ramen packets across the road.
Boom, dude.
That's a little bit of a stretch, but yeah, it's all about being able to stretch the food and stuff. Like hot dogs. Hot dogs are another good one. Like, obviously, you can eat them as hot dogs. You could slice them up, put them in macaroni. Spam, you can do Spam sandwiches. You can use that as a bacon substitute for breakfast.
Spam has gotten stupid expensive.
It has, but it goes a really long way, actually. So, a can of Spam, which I eat frequently, by the way, it gives you more meat than you'd think. And when you slice it to, 1/2 inch thick, 3/4 inch thick, you can get 8-10 slices out of it. And we always have, if we made a can of Spam for breakfast, we'd have half a can left over, worth of meat left over. And that's with us getting plenty of meat for breakfast. So I typically will cook that up and then have kind of half left over, throw it in a Ziploc baggie, and it's already pretty crispy, like bacon. Then I will cube it up and I can make breakfast burritos with it. Throw in some egg, then throw some shredded cheese and stuff in there. So Spam is one of my go-tos. It's also a meat that's non-perishable. So I could just throw it in one of my drawers and I don't really have to worry about it going bad. So whatever I could do to kind of keep stuff out of the cooler or freezer, that works for me. What about... Yeah, but walking tacos is a really good idea.
Dude, that has been our camp staple this whole season.
Yep.
Just because they're easy, they're cheap, they're fucking delicious.
Yeah, one night you could do walking tacos. The next night, with the same ground beef, you could do Rotella dip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
And
we usually mix a can of corn in with our beef as we cook it.
Yes.
So
I do this. I do that with black beans. I strain some black beans, and you could barely taste the black beans, but it stretches out. If you have 1/2 pound of ground beef, it's like adding another 1/2 pound of protein. You can barely tell the black beans are there when they're all seasoned. What is that?
God, Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
I clicked a reel about political stuff that we're not going to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, with black beans, you could really stretch it out too. So throwing in black beans, 98 cents a can. Corn, 98 cents a can. So super easy. If you throw both of those in there, you have breakfast burritos, you have Velveeta Rotel mix, and you have walking tacos. That's already 3 meals with, a pound and a half to... What's a pound of burger? $8? 2 pound of burgers, about $9.
It depends. Are you doing
cheap?
Doing lean burger or are you doing cheap? Because cheap is $5.62.
There you go. So that's $15 there if you used a pound of burger a day, which is probably a little much unless you guys are eating a good amount. But
if you don't make the burger the main part of the meal, if you stretch it with like rice or pasta or something, you won't go through that much. And that's what I recommend. I recommend making the meat more of a flavor thing than the main product, because it's going to make your food go a lot farther.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're doing burger, like the cheap burger, and you're going to do multiple meals with burger in it, like you could do hamburger helper. Like a family hamburger helper is like $4. Like for a box. You could do that one night and have leftover burger from Friday night that you did walking tacos with. So there you go. You got walking tacos one night, like let's say a beef stroganoff for Saturday night. Then you have breakfast burritos. I mean, chip dip, whatever. So beef is really good for that. And it's like steaks. I try to do the same thing with steaks. I'll slice it up. Try to eat only half of it if I can. If I get the tiny ones, like, as I'm SOL, and I just won't eat much the next day because I'm kind of a fucking pig when it comes to steak. So, but no, I mean, all good options. All good options. I would say snacks are kind of like drinks kind of like the hardest part, really.
Yeah.
Because they're the most expensive part for me. Like, I like having Monsters with me. Like for everybody.
I like beer.
Yeah.
I like beer a lot. I don't think I could do it under $50 because of beer. And Mark, your comment about us going over what I said in the group chat pretty regularly, if you think about it, at least $30 of that was beer.
Yeah, but I remember us splitting a bill. We each had like over $100 for the whole group for a week.
But we were not being budget that week.
No.
We were being bougie.
I think we're still being budget, though, because I remember putting stuff back because we found it cheaper.
I mean, we were being bougie, but
conscious.
we weren't being stupid.
Yeah, you were being price conscious. I mean, that works. Mark made some bomb-ass fish tacos. I don't see Mark, cook a lot, so, not anything against Mark, but I wasn't expecting much when he said he was going to make tacos.
Which is really funny because Mark went to school for culinary arts and was a cook.
I didn't know that,
3
Mark.
years.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I mostly want to do bakery more than actual cooking, but...
Dude, you have to get a Coleman camp oven and bake us some damn bread.
We talk about this. Hey, did you see they don't make that anymore?
I know, I'm going to buy one off a Marketplace.
Yeah.
Dude, Mark, you've been holding out on us, motherfucker. I wondered why those fish tacos actually tasted good. I looked at Sienna, and she's like...
Chicken tacos?
Or chicken tacos, yeah.
No.
And I was like, damn, these are good. These are really good. Fuck.
That was very hodgepodge. I looked up a quick recipe, and that's how that came
you marinate them in Italian dressing or something?
It was like an onion dressing. I'm trying to remember exactly
onion?
what it was. Maybe. It was like a Italian onion. It was
I mean, it was delicious.
Yeah, it was really good. I wish I could have ate more, but the pan was getting low, and I told myself to stop.
Oh, that's another banging food item that goes really cheap. Go to Sam's Club, get a rotisserie chicken, get a tub of mayonnaise, get some grapes, get some celery, make some chicken salad.
Yep.
You can make chicken salad in bulk from Sam's Club, enough to feed your whole family for 5 days every meal for $40.
Yeah, it's funny. Rotisserie chicken pound for pound is cheaper than like buying a chicken and cooking it pound for pound.
Dude, literally it's $4.99 for a rotisserie chicken from Sam's Club, and it's like $7 or $8 for a non-cooked chicken.
Yeah, it's crazy. It kind of makes me a little like why is this so fucking cheap?
So the reason they do that is they use the rotisserie chicken to draw you in, and they put the rotisserie chicken like all the way back in the food, so you have to walk past everything else to get to it, because that way people buy other stuff when they get the rotisserie chicken, so they buy more stuff. They actually take a loss on rotisserie chicken and pizza at Sam's Club because it draws people into their store to buy other shit.
Right. Yeah, I think rotisserie chickens are really good for that. Even shredding it up and making, like, there's times where I honestly just didn't feel like cooking chicken. I was already coming home from the store, grabbed rotisserie chicken, and I used it as chicken tacos. It's already like tender and stuff.
Yep.
All you have to do is throw the taco seasoning in there. Like
now, the crazy thing about rotisserie chicken is that if you go to like Jeans or whatever Plums became, or any or Walmart even or Meijer, you're gonna pay $9.80 or more for a rotisserie chicken. The only way that I look at rotisserie chicken as like a budget option is if I can get 3 or 4 of them at a time from Sam's Club.
Yep.
I don't remember if you remember this meme, but there was a meme going around during COVID where there was like this old Einstein looking dude with a t-shirt and had a barcode on his t-shirt. And he goes, don't touch my rotisserie chickens. And he had like 4 of them on the belt at the grocery store. And they were like, well, we have to scan them. He's like, no, scan the barcode. They're like, sir, we can't. And he goes, that's rotisserie chicken. Can't scan my rotisserie chicken. Like, and he was getting all bent out of shape about it, like freaking out. So, but that always reminds me of anyone saying anything about rotisserie chickens, like buying 4 of them, man. He had a barcode on his shirt. He was ready to go. It was so funny.
Yeah, we eat a lot of rotisserie chicken just because it's cheap. Like on weekends when Mark, the guys, and everyone's over, I generally just buy rotisserie chicken, a tub of potato salad, and call it dinner for the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, potatoes in general, like a bag of potatoes for $3 can last you a week. Like, legitimately a week. Like what are they? It's like a 5-pound bag. I could use that all weekend for camping. I could make mashed potatoes one day. I could make cubed up potatoes for breakfast on the side. I could throw the same cubed potatoes in burritos the next day. Baked potatoes. I mean, just like in Lord of the Rings, man. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. They're good for everything.
Every time I hear someone talk about potatoes and camping, I think about our first trip where we went down, around Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
We were storing the potatoes and onions in the little cargo pocket I now keep my radio in. And when I cleaned it out, apparently I left a potato in there. And like 6 months later, I pulled out a potato plant out of that pocket.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's crazy. I always wondered if you could eat the little nubs off those. I don't because I don't like the nubs, but the nubs just rub me wrong. Like I always peel them off, but I always see them. Like I'll find like a rogue potato in the bottom of my drawer or something. I'm like, God dang it! I'm like, should I try to grow this? No.
Mine had a stalk and roots and leaves, everything, the whole ball, dude. And it had no light. I don't know how this thing was growing.
One thing I also
I must say they grow underground, so.
Yeah.
But the plant doesn't. The plant's above ground, and that needs sun.
Yeah, I don't know. One thing I would like to add, too, is, like, before your camping season, buy all your seasonings that you're going to use for the camping seasoning. So, like, I use, like, garlic salt or garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, cayenne. I'll just buy all of those and then throw them in the truck. So I have all of that seasoning already. For most of the meals that I cook, I can use that as part of the seasoning. If I want to add spice, I can use cayenne from my kitchen or maybe a seasoning from my kitchen and bring it back in. Or I usually have hot sauce. So like you guys know, we have a favorite hot sauce that we always take on these camp trips now. So, so we always use that hot sauce for just about everything. Breakfast burritos, tacos, just about any meal. So hot sauce is a good flavor enhancer for cheap meals, so we use that a lot too. Coffee, that's really cheap for the most part because you could just bring that from home. Making it's kind of like sometimes that can be kind of a pain, but I think as a camp group we all have like a press, French press and stuff, and it's all pretty easy now. So
yep.
I have the BrewTrek Overlander, and I think that's what Alex had too. And
I have that. Yeah.
I love mine. I don't think I'd change anything else about it. I was working with a company that had coffee tea bags. Those are super cool for like cold coffee in the morning, but I mean, I can get more out of. I don't know. I guess I can't really. For the amount of coffee I use for the tea bags, it's cheaper to do bulk coffee than those tea bags are. But the coffee tea bags from Bearbox Brews are really good to just kind of throw in the morning before.
Yeah,
which is what they're used for. So, yeah. I mean, other than that, water. That does remind me. I do need to get a water filtration system this year.
Like a Life Straw?
No, Life Straws are like more for personal use to like drink out of a river, but I want to get like a platypus or something. It's the hanging bags you could throw in the river and they gravity filter your water. So one of the biggest things that I would have to go into town for is more drinking water.
But wait, I'm really confused. Why do you need to filter it if you have a Life Straw?
Because the whole family is not going to be drinking out of a Life Straw. Plus, we're going to be making food with it, coffee with it. And
well, if you're cooking it, you don't got to filter it.
You boil it first, and you need to filter your water.
You could just get 3 Life Straws.
Yeah, we're not doing that. I don't know if you've ever tried to drink through a Life Straw, but it's not the easiest.
No, I know.
But no, I mean, this is actually Mike and Melissa. They have a Jeep Rubicon, and they have the trailer. They didn't even have to go into town for the whole time because they could just strain water out of their filter. Their filters, you could clean it out. It lasts years as long as you maintain it. And we had to go back to get extra water, and they didn't have to move at all. So it's just one of those things, like also if you run into a survival situation where, let's say, you're broke down on the side of the road for 2 or 3 days and you're out of water, it's nice to be able to filter your own water. Like, it's just one of those things that we should all have anyway, a way to filter water or have clean water. So I used to have tablets. I don't know where those went. I have a Life Straw that we could all share, I guess, but that's not the most efficient for a large amount of water, like 5 gallons. So
you don't need 5 gallons. You just need to drink what you need and boil the rest.
Oh, God.
I don't know, man. You're overthinking.
No, I'm not. You guys call in and tell me if I'm overthinking this. I have a feeling this one people will agree with me on, because for my 7-day trip, I was getting water, and this is the middle of the summer where we were drinking pretty much all water all day. We went through almost 2 gallons a day between washing dishes, drinking, etc. So it's.
Did you know there's water in beer?
Yes. Did you know there's water in pop too? Like in Monsters? Like,
yeah. What are you talking about?
There's
you
water.
Water.
There's water in grapes. Watermelon.
Wash your dishes in some Bud Light. That's basically
That's
water
basically
anyway.
water. You're right. Yeah. No. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
When you're thirsty, drink a Corona. It's basically pee.
Why is Jasper falling over? Oh, he ate out of the Bud Light wash bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, why does my cup taste funny, Dad? He's fucking stumbling around. I'm driving around. I feel a little woozy. Get pulled over and get a DWI for my leftover. I'm just drinking water. My friend told me it was okay. Well, this doesn't smell like water. No, well, it's just Bud Light I poured into my water bottle. He said it was water, though, so.
No, he said it was basically water.
His name is Alex. This is his address.
Oh, yeah. You don't even know my address.
Yeah, I could figure it out pretty quick. Quick drive-by.
No, I don't have any address sign out front. Don't you look at your Google.
Come here, Google. Come here, mailbox mail. No.
All right, well, that was a good episode, man.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see all the different... Oh, that was loud. All the different ideas for cooking for cheap. So,
yeah.
We'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, catch you on the flip side, guys.
Later.